All right. All right. So now we're gonna do I'm gonna do my little intro thing. All right. Breaking news, folks. Breaking news from Z-Man and the Push Studios here. I'm not gonna do it over the music this time. I'm not gonna do it over that. But let's get into the news, shall we? I don't know about you folks, but I'm still thinking about Trump going to jail. Do you think coming out of jail makes you thankful that you have to pay bills and work for a living? Seeing as though 70% of prisoners released in 2012 were arrested again within 5 years, I think not. I'm terrified of going to jail personally, because I think I'd like it too much. I've had a week, folks. My expensive PC busted, I replaced my air conditioning unit, and I still haven't paid my mortgage. On top of that, I got door-dinged in a parking lot, and I would say I want the person who blasted my car door behind bars, but I don't want to give them that pleasure. Instead, I'd like to give them all of my assets and liabilities, and then punch them in the fucking face to get arrested for aggravated assault. See ya never, fuckers. Also, see ya never, Tucker? Tucker Carlson is no longer with Fox News, just in time for the World Health Organization to announce that COVID-19 is no longer a global emergency. Man, if only Fox had severed ties with Tucker sooner, we could have been done with this whole thing in 2021. I guess they just couldn't afford to give him that ammunition. Speaking of ammunition, what comes to mind when you hear this? Right? Yeah, folks, Burger King. They had the absolute best marketing and are still shutting down 400 locations by the end of 2023. How bad is Burger King, am I right, folks? They suck. In another vein of royalty, King Charles III is having his fancy little coronation. That pisses me off because I didn't vote for him. Sounds to me like someone stole the election. I miss Tucker Carlson already. I saw he did a podcast with the Nelk Boys, and he talked about aliens in the ocean. Now that's some good shit, dude. We need some more of that. Now let's switch the pace here. Let's talk about somebody who's dead. Pop Smoke is apparently not going to release any more music. What a surprise. Somebody had DM'd Rico Beats and said, "Rico, please give us some news on plans for Pop's remaining music." To which Rico Beats replied, "Who said he had music left? What else do you want? Pop died 3 years ago. How much more music you think he did in 1 year? Y'all gotta be real." And on that note, I'll leave you with a little joke, rap related, of course. Now imagine like Fetty Wap in December when he was a little kid, he'd probably be like, "Give me toys." And now the podcast. We have ourselves a secret podcast that no one knows about. So just don't shout. This is Z-Man and the Push, the Official Man podcast. I think I'll mumble that. Now help us to top the charts. Not the real ones, just the ones in your heart. I wish that we'd stop going for dead people's music. I'm surprised that they even had the balls to post that DM. That's why I felt the need to bring it up in news. Like, that's really fucking embarrassing that he responded that way. Let dead people be dead. Welcome to Z-Man and the Push, the official McDonald. Always do it.
You keep doing it.
Welcome to Z-Man and the Push, the official, podcast, which is also the official Caleb W. Francis slander podcast. Fuck that guy. Give us a fuck that guy, Haley. You're a coward. This is a special episode, folks. Over the past year, we've amassed a large. God, how big are they now, Push?
They're coming in droves. They say.
Multinational audience, and everyone shares our hatred for this one man. His name is Caleb W. Francis. Well,
Fuck that guy.
Today, folks, we have a redemption episode. Let's see if he can win the hearts of millions. How about you introduce yourself, Caleb?
Hello, it's me, Caleb W. Francis. I just didn't know that I was so hated. So I'm glad to maybe have the opportunity to clear the air.
Yeah. So I thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised I let you be here.
Yeah, I'm surprised you asked me.
No, but yeah, I know. Whatever. I didn't ask you anything.
Okay.
You were begging for this redemption episode. That's what you were. I'll pull up I'll make the. I'll put the DMs as the. Yeah. I'll post the DMs so you could see him beg. So I guess the first question we have for you here is, what gives you the right?
I don't know, just like my golden soul. It's just like, fills my heart, gives me the power to move around, just to try to be light. Little boy, just a big body with a little boy's heart.
Sorry, the crowd just booed you.
We're live here in a studio audience.
Everybody clap it up for Caleb W. Francis. Oh, that's weird. Nobody's clapping right now.
Sucks.
All right. No, that's good. That's good. We hope by the end of this episode you can win the hearts of us and more importantly all of our fans, because they are voters.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And they have a vote.
That means they have a voice. Yeah.
So just keep that in mind when you're answering these questions.
I'll try.
So the first question we have for you is what other podcasts have you been on and what sorts of stuff have you talked about?
I've been on Unsubscribe a handful of times. We usually talk about like video games and cum, like a lot of cum, pretty much every time we're on there. Just
you're a gay
embarrassing
nerd.
stories about cumming.
Okay.
I've been on Free Range American. That one was like just more comedy stuff. We talked about just like random skits we planned on doing for Black Rifle that year. I've been on Team Never Quit with Marcus Luttrell. That was just kind of like talking about, my life growing up and how I do this for a living now. Just, like a background kind of podcast.
Yeah, that sounds pretty boring.
Yeah, it was. Drinking Bros, that one was another one. We were just goofing off. It was just like coming up with skits and things that we wanted to film that we probably couldn't.
Sure.
That's pretty much all of it. Just mostly stuff that we could never actually film. Seems like what we always talk about.
Okay. Now, which one of those podcasts is the most famous?
Unsubscribe, I think. They do pretty well.
Okay, so
he said they just goof around on that one.
Yeah,
so we should just
talk about video games and like random.
Talk about video games and cum.
Yeah,
you said cum.
Just
That was the cum one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Superpowers. We would choose if we could make a team of superheroes that like just their superpowers were awful. That was like one of the podcasts.
Dude, I don't know if I should bring it up again. I've talked about it in 2 episodes. I pitched a superhero.
Okay.
I pitched so it's kind of like all right, sorry listeners if you know about it, but we're gonna all right. So My Hero Academia.
Sure. Yeah.
The All Might or the All for One.
Mm-hmm.
So what if it's like that, but the suit, like and how do I start this? So it's kind of like that. It's similar to that, but you have like Superman powers basically, but you only have them while you wear the suit, and you have to get past the suit onto you, right?
Yeah.
And you have to wear the suit for the powers. but the guy who gives it to you is the ghost of Hitler, and the suit has a swastika on it. So the guy's like, "Whoa, dude, I don't want to wear this. I'm not gonna fucking wear this, dude. I don't want your powers. It's not worth it."
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. Even if I save people, they're not gonna like me.
Exactly. I'm gonna save them, and they're gonna turn to me like, "What the fuck is your deal, man?"
Okay, yeah.
So
that would be rough.
Yeah, so we're thinking of doing a limited series on that.
That'd be fun.
Thinking about writing that one, pitching it to the network.
We're gonna write a pilot.
Yeah. So what's a good superpower that you came up with then?
The superpower I came up with was I was like a scientist, and I built a machine that was like a backpack. It had a vacuum hose that went directly like into my pants, and into my wiener. And it just like
into your wiener
pumped me the whole day, and it would like take that and turn it into a baby like immediately, and I used the babies as weapons, and like I would throw them like ninja stars. I would like smush their heads into shapes like axes, and use their like swing them by their legs as axes, and just like toss them. Like anytime I ran out of like babies, I would like have to like just chug a bunch of Gatorade and like sit there for a second while it like pumped me and just pumped out like a few more babies. But yeah, that was my superpower.
Yeah, I can't. All right, so who would win, Hitler costume or baby guy?
I mean, probably Hitler costume if he's got all the powers of Superman. I'm just like, making babies. So,
what's the superhero's name?
I can't remember what he came up with. It was like
Buster.
Captain Coons or something like that. It was something just like plain, something to do with jizz. It was not great.
Naturally, yeah, I get why it would have something to do with jizz. I kind of see where you're coming from.
It's got roots.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we'll move on to the next question here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering, how do you feel about trucks now? We recently watched a video of you talking about how much you love trucks. We just wanted to know if that still reads.
Yeah, still very passionate about trucks. I salute every time a truck drives by. I pull off the road if I pass them on the highway, and I salute them as they go into the distance.
Right, because you gotta stand when you salute. I get it.
Yeah. It's just like a deep passion I have for them. Just they can haul, they can haul your friends. They can haul loads of rocks or cement or hay.
Could you tell me what your favorite truck is?
My first truck was a Ford F-150, and like I like hold that dear in my heart. I really like the new Ford Raptors. That's like
Those are dope.
A dream truck at some point, but I'm currently building my Sierra out into like a Baja truck. I've got like the.
Can I interject here for a sec?
Sure.
What the fuck is a Baja truck?
It's like a race truck, like trophy truck kind of vibe. It's got it's like lifted a few inches, and it's got just like a really intense suspension system on it, and so you could basically like ride through like the woods or like really rocky terrain or something, and like the truck just like doesn't move at all because it's like a race truck basically. Like you'll see things like competitions of these like down in like Mexico, or like they call it like Baja, Florida. That's like where a lot of people race them, and it's like through deserts and like you're jumping mountains and like hills and things like that. It's just like some kind of like all-terrain race truck.
And you're doing this yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing this to my truck. Yeah, I've got my rims, my tires, and my suspension kit coming, so that'll be like the initial stuff, and then I'll start doing taking the old bumpers off that like are too low, and that way I can make solid steel that gives me way more clearance, and then I'll start doing engine work.
Do you do a lot of Baja driving that you need the Baja truck?
Well, I've done a lot of driving with people who I've met the past few years. I've had quite a few driving classes and things like rally car. I mean, you might have to look him up. It's not like super well-known name. He's the most popular trophy truck driver, BJ Baldwin. He's given us quite a few driving lessons, and I do work with him pretty often. So he's given us a lot of driving lessons. Travis Pastrana has gave us lessons. Like we work with
That's
so many
dope,
people
dude.
in like the extreme motorsports world these days that I've gotten to learn a lot about it and get like the scientific classes as well for it, like just learning how to like transfer the weight of vehicles and when you're supposed to give it gas and brakes and stuff. That way you can manage like the suspension and everything, like suspension loading before jumps and stuff like that. So I've got a pretty great understanding of it now, and we've built
That's
out
dope.
a lot of the razors that we work with Polaris, and we built like a few tracks here, so we like race the razors, and it's a pretty similar concept as the trophy truck. So yeah, I do this pretty often.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So here's, do you? So me growing up, I feel like I'm getting dumber and dumber. I think I'm just about dumb as rocks now.
Same.
And
me too.
my worry is that if I wanted to pick up, say, new hobby, right? Forget about it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I think I'm worried about that kind of sort of thing. So I guess my question to you is, how do you keep your brain so sharp, so ready to take in new information?
Like there's plenty of times that I feel that way as well. It's like, man, like I need to read more. Like constantly every year I'm like, man, I need to make an effort to read more this year. Like just something that I like feel like I'm taking in some kind of new info or like learning something that's, you know, just like a mental thing, you know, just like some kind of mental knowledge and not just like a physical act. Like we do so much stuff like that. You know, with the racing aspects and that's a lot of technical things to learn, but I feel like I need to learn more. So like I've tried to start reading more. I've got like my little like reading corner that I've put together in my apartment that I'm just like, all right, now I've got like a cool chill place, and I've started reading a few different like books that are just kind of like on building a better mentality in ways. It's kind of like, I mean, it's like very cliche. It's like books about how to be a good man, basically, things like that, like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, Art of War, stuff like that.
So I have a follow-up question for you here.
Yeah.
Being a better man, right?
Yeah.
Name the best man in the world.
Best man in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like Paul Rudd's pretty up there.
Okay, I notice how you didn't say your dad.
Oh, well, that's definitely not the answer.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's absolutely not the answer.
No, I was gonna say, think about the best men
Yeah.
in the world. I'm thinking maybe a Viking, maybe a very strong, big, burly, very mean,
John
angry.
Cena.
Okay.
John Cena, perfect example.
Okay,
So a
yeah.
Viking like John
Definitely.
Cena.
Who's also done over 1 million Make-A-Wish wishes.
True.
I
Okay.
doubt that he personally did over 1 million.
Bro, send a picture, send a video or something.
Yeah, his agent prints out 100,000 copies today, and then just does that for 10 days.
No, fuck that,
And
dude.
that's $1 million.
Are you trying to tell me that John Cena outsources his goodness?
Yeah.
No,
Duh.
no way, dude. John
Yeah, duh.
Cena is like he's on my list of people I hope are just good people.
You hope. But Mr. Beast is the Antichrist. So.
I don't.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Speaking of Mr.
Right?
Beast,
Yeah.
I brought us to try Mr. Beast Feastables, peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. And
Okay.
Caleb W., if you check your mailbox, you'll find some of these in there from us.
Oh,
so
okay.
we'll
So
give
go
you a
ahead
second
and
to do
pull
that.
those out and go to town.
Oh,
Show the
okay.
camera.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
These are plant-based and gluten-free.
Wow,
Okay.
just in time for me to start eating bread again. Caleb, I've been gluten-free for 2 years now, and I'm eating bread again.
Nice. Was that like for something to, like a issue you were having that you were trying to clear
No,
up,
just
or
to-
just like a personal
just to-
choice?
Just to see if it made me
See
feel
what it-
better,
yeah.
and I think it did at first, but then I think it kind of just leveled out, and it might have just been a placebo, who knows.
Yeah, sure.
I think I just need to eat better.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, same.
Is that
That's-
what-
I think that's with everybody.
Yeah. All right. Starting with this cookie here.
Yep.
So let's give it a go.
Go ahead, take yours out and take a bite, Caleb.
Yeah. Take a bite, Caleb.
Oh man, I don't have them here.
Damn right. You don't. We had the post office is holding it until you win us back.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Wow. I mean, these are pretty good. Something tells me that Mr. Beast didn't formulate this, though.
Do you know Mr. Beast, Caleb W?
Yeah, like know him personally or know of him. I
know him
of
personally.
I've not spoken
Who are the
to him
most?
directly.
Who are the top three? Who are the top three most famous people that you know personally?
Travis Pastrana for sure. He's really up there.
Who the hell's that?
He's a legend, dude.
Yeah, he's
You
like
never seen
the
Nitro
number one
Circus?
motocross
Oh.
rider in the world. He had the show Nitro Circus when we were like in high school.
That show was the shit, bro. It's
Yeah, it was
like cool
MTV, just doing
Jackass.
stunts on motorcycles and stuff. He's won like so many awards. He was the first guy to do the double backflip on a motorcycle. Now he does like NASCAR and rally car, and like he's always like breaking records for stuff. He did that record with Red Bull where they jumped out of a helicopter or a plane, and he didn't have a parachute on, and like a dude dove down behind him and caught him and like held him while he pulled his parachute. He just does like extreme stuff all the time. He's awesome. He's really cool in person, like a lot of fun to work with and write scripts for and stuff. So he's probably
That's
the
so
most
cool.
famous I know. Man, it gets weirder. Like, I guess I've not met a lot of the most famous people that I know in person, but I've talked to them a lot on the internet. Like, we are mutuals. I'm mutual with Dr. Phil. That's a fun one. He,
That's sweet.
That rules.
yeah, that's a pretty fun one. Whenever I saw that happen, I was like, all right, cool. That's very odd. He follows like 40 people, and I'm one of them on TikTok. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like,
So you've DM'd him before?
no. He like just commented on one of my videos, just like a bunch of laughing faces, and I was like, man, I responded, I was like, wow, I was like, this is wild that you're here.
That's rad.
You need to DM him. So I don't know if you've well you know this kinda. So when you followed me back,
Yeah.
so it was like, you know, punching up here. When when somebody bigger than me follows me back or whatever, I instantly DM them.
Okay.
Instantly, I'm like, all right, we're gonna see how this plays out. Do I actually want to be this person's friend or not? The only person so far that hasn't, that like kind of sucked back, was Chris Melberger.
I totally get that. I've had a few interactions with him, and they were all very negative.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, is this going to be a Chris Melberger slander podcast
I
now
don't know
until
who
we
that
get
is.
Chris on the podcast?
Me and one of my friends made a video a few years ago that was just us like playing on a jungle gym, like little kids.
Okay.
And I guess that he would like. I remember Vine. I had Vine. I didn't really post anything on Vine, and I wasn't super interested in Vine at the time. Like I was in college, and like that was like a 2-year period that I just like didn't really give a crap about social media there for a while. And I get most of the references. Like, I've seen most of the popular videos that everybody still talks about.
Have you seen the one that's like how does it go? It's like you stupid. No, I not. What's 9 plus 10?
21.
21.
Yeah. You stupid.
Have you seen,
yeah. Like I know plenty of
Free
the big
Shavakadu?
references. Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen for the one that's like free Shavakadu? They're
Yeah, it was like
laughing.
an Arby's sign or something about avocados. It was whatever sign it was
Yeah.
about avocados. Yeah, like I know most of the references, but
Wait,
I
I have
wasn't
one
like
more for
I
ya.
didn't care about most of the people that were popular on Vine. Like I never was like super into them. I know he was one of them, but me and my friend made this video of us like just jumping around on a jungle gym, like acting like little kids, and it was like a funny video, and it did really well. But somebody like was like, yeah, Chris Melberger made a video about like similar to this like 4 years ago, and I was like, I didn't even know who the fuck he was at the time. I was like, I don't even know who that is. And then he like commented on it and was like, yeah, he's like, this is really original. I was like, dude, I was like, I'll delete it. I was like, I literally have no clue who you are, and I've never seen this video. So
That's
yeah,
that's insane.
But yeah, that's pretty much like the only interaction I've had with him that he like directly spoke to me. I was like, man, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, the only so there was only one time where a video of mine was copied, and it did, you know what? It did get under my skin, I'll admit. So I guess in one way I can relate to Chris.
Sure.
But in another way, Chris is actually successful. So he should. Who cares if somebody copies a video you made 4 years ago? You're still making however
You're
fucking
still
much
doing
from Twitch.
good on something else.
Yeah, but it was my my frisbee video. Somebody copied the. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's two friends who used to play Ultimate together catching up.
Okay.
And somebody did it with basketball.
Okay.
And like that video blew up too, and nobody mentioned me. There was like 3 comments that said Kissy Boy Haha did it first.
Okay.
And I was like, I got 3 soldiers, you know what I mean, willing to fucking die for me.
3 members of the Kissy Boy fam.
Yeah.
No, and that bothered me only because I'm nobody, and for a while there I really did want to become somebody. And I thought that it was going to be possible, but then, and then I got a job, and then I bought a house, and now I feel entirely creatively drained, and I feel like I feel like a husk.
Okay.
A husk of who I used to be. You know what I'm saying, Caleb?
Sure.
Have you ever had a moment like that?
Yeah,
How
there's
did you
plenty
dig
of
yourself
times. Yeah,
out?
there's plenty of times that I've had moments like that. I think a lot of creators go through that as well. Just dealing with normal life stuff, whether it be like a job or relationship problems, things like that. I feel like people get like that where they become not themselves and uncreative for a period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been following me since, like, pretty much since I started dating Haley.
Yeah,
right?
it's been a couple years, yeah.
Yeah, dude. And we met on TikTok. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Very, very silly.
think
But
me
yeah.
and-
Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, I think me and Caleb are like mutuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the
For a
fuck are you
long-
doing following
For a
my
long
girlfriend,
time.
bro?
For a very long time,
What
actually.
the fuck
I
are you
feel.
doing, dude?
I'm sorry, dude.
I'm just too shy. I'm afraid to talk to
What, you thought she was hot or something?
I was just trying to show support, dude. I thought you guys were cool.
Oh, so you don't think my girlfriend's hot?
I just thought you guys were cool, dude. Sheesh.
Oh, speaking of hot, you were in Florida
Yeah.
the other
Yeah, I
day.
was. Yeah, I was in Florida.
You were in
Yeah.
Florida, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were in, I heard.
Pretty
I heard
good
you had
time.
sex with a woman.
No, I mean,
10
like, that
women.
was, I'm sure that's what everybody hoped for.
I'm sure that's what you hoped
Yeah,
for.
I mean, like it felt like that's what happened in the video. And, like, you guys might see the videos when they come out. We're releasing those on Mother's Day. That was the main reason we
Oh,
went down there was to
nice.
film a few skits with her for Mother's Day.
That rules.
Yeah. So
Is it for Black Rifle though, or is it for you, or did you
it's
do like
for our
both?
own
Like,
personal things. Like this is so like we've started it. Like me and her are a part of a new group within Black Rifle, where we're not focusing on promoting Black Rifle as much or writing for them, but it's like we work for Black Rifle. We're sponsored by Black Rifle, and they help us make videos that we want to make.
oh, that rules.
Yeah, so it's going to be about to be really fun. All the opportunities we'll be able to do now. So it's like, yeah, we want to help support your channels so you guys can grow, but that in turn like just helps us because you guys work with us and for us. So mutual benefit there. But yeah, it's for a skit that Heather does regularly called the Beer Barista, and she just like plays this like mean bitch that makes coffee basically, and I'm like usually like her sidekick, and I'm like either like just like fed up with her shit, or I'm like causing problems the whole time, like fucking off doing things like while she's trying to make the the coffee. But then it's like me, her, and Corey Chase there helping make the coffee this time, and there's just like she's making all these sexual innuendos the whole time, and she keeps getting stuck under stuff. And I'm like having to like help her because like I'm not picking up that she's like just trying to like do porn things, and I'm like oh shit, I'm like, oh fuck, she's actually stuck, dear God, we have to help her. And then like I save her, and then she's like just saying all these lines. It was intense. It was pretty intense being there with her, and like obviously like her and her husband have been doing this for years. Obviously I've seen her before, and so
Duh.
like being there and her saying these kind of lines to me, and like, embracing me and like moaning and then saying my name and stuff. It was like very intense. I was like, wow. I was like, this is a lot.
So you got a,
Yes,
for lack of better phrase, a boner.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Like a couple times. It was very awkward.
Very hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Very hard.
Very
right?
hard to get.
It's very humid down there in Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale, and I was just like, my heart was racing. I was like erect for most of the skit.
And you had a lot of crotch sweat because of the humidity and.
Yeah, I made sure to wear my like really tight shorts that day. That way, like it would kind of hold it back some and like make it less noticeable. But yeah. It was intense. It was an intense day of work.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Did you see any boobs?
I mean, not full, like no full nudity of anything. It was just like a lot of her bouncing them around, and it was intense. Like I think there's going to be a whole other video that's just behind the scenes stuff, because there was so many times that we would crack up laughing because she would say the goofiest shit. And but awesome. I mean, like she was super like funny and nice and like really just normal. I know a lot of people say that stuff, but like really normal. Her husband was really normal. Their house was amazing, and they were just like really good hosts, like showing us around. They're like, yeah, we do this. We're like really big into Star Wars. Like they had so much cool like custom Star Wars artwork in their house. Just like it was
awesome.
a fun time.
I'm gonna have to look this lady up.
Yeah.
yeah, later.
Yeah. Right before bed, I'm gonna have to look her up.
Yeah, I'll have to look her up because she sounds like a cool and interesting person.
Yeah.
I'll look into her work.
Star Wars, and she likes Star Wars. Maybe
so
we can have a
whack.
Yeah,
I'll whack it.
You guys can hear
I'll whack one for her. Yeah,
why not? Why not? Who cares?
Just show your support, dude.
Yeah, I mean, gotta help a lady get the bread. You know.
Yeah, creators helping creators.
But exactly.
It's
like tip your creator. You know what I'm saying?
Support small businesses.
Fuck, dude.
Tip your creators.
Small business. Yeah. Nothing small about those.
Those bazoongas.
Those gazongas.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You're telling me.
Hey, whoa. Haley has no idea. Haley, we're gonna watch a couple Corey Chase
I thought
videos.
When you said Haley has no idea, I thought you
saying
meant...
I got small boobs?
No.
It sounds like
No, that's not what I said. No, I said I need to show you who this content creator is.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
and we need to take
you got this dumb bitch over here. Itty bitty kitty committee. Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
We kind of briefly touched on it, but will Black Rifle Coffee sponsor our podcast? That's what everybody wants to know.
I mean, probably.
We can't have McDonald's anymore.
They do a lot of fun sponsors these days. I mean, if you guys actually enjoy coffee, just like tell me, and I could I do this a lot. Just tell me what kind of coffee you like, and I'll send you a big fucking package of shit.
Zach, stop.
Dude,
God damn it! I stopped. So I've been having crippling physical anxiety for the last
that'll make it worse.
5 months, and I cut coffee out and just caffeine in general. I cut that out 3 weeks ago, and it's helped a lot.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I miss coffee so much.
Mm-hmm.
I used to really enjoy it, and but I promise, if I ever can kick nicotine, I can probably go back to coffee. But
probably the better option.
No, it's definitely the better option. But nicotine's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
Where if I don't have it, I get anxiety, and if I have it, it's probably causing anxiety.
Yeah.
So I think I'd have to be I think I have to go to rehab for nicotine.
Me, however, love coffee. Love caffeine.
Haley loves coffee, so we'll take some.
Started using pre-workout.
Just let me know. After this, I'll get an address, and you tell me what kind you like. I'll send you all kinds of stuff.
Although, do they do decaf, or do they not do that pussy
They have
shit?
a decaf. Yeah.
Because I'll take a decaf.
Okay.
For real.
Yeah, they have a decaf.
Fantastic. This is fantastic. We still hate you right now, by the way. I do want to say.
I'm trying
Crab, what do you think about Caleb right now? Still, Caleb, you haven't won us over yet.
Okay.
But we got plenty of time here, I guess. You got another question? From this, these are questions that we sent out on our Patreon, where we have thousands and thousands upon
of course.
thousands of people, naturally. And we said, do you have any questions for this fucko bastard that we that we have come to hate, and they gave us all these questions, so we're asking you those. Is kind of
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Haley, go
Oh,
ahead.
okay.
This one comes from our viewer Jimmy S in Utah.
Yeah.
Are you rich?
And
Oh, and will you order us a pizza? I didn't write it,
He's a little
but
boy. This is like a young little man with his
Dude, I don't
house.
know.
he said he wants us to get a pizza tonight.
He wants you
and
to order us a pizza.
He wants you to, if you're rich.
If you're rich, yeah.
Yeah, I
But,
mean, I could
you
afford
know.
a pizza for you guys. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean,
Well, that's. I think
this is
I think we can update the scoreboard. Caleb's about to earn some points.
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
we send that
send you guys
address over
coffee
for
and
the
pizza.
coffee, just add a pizza on there
yeah,
too.
yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this has definitely been the best year for me career wise, and I have so many really awesome opportunities coming up. I start a podcast with Jared here within the next couple of weeks. We're working on our podcast room right now. I am starting
Dude, easy
an energy
question.
drink company. That's always been my main goal. Like if I could, do because I've always wanted to have some. Like I wanted to do this, what I'm doing, comedy, that kind of stuff. But I've always wanted to have a business as well. That way, I've always got that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
an energy drink was always what it was, and I've always had like my business plan in the back of my mind, like what I wanted to do. And
Now-
through some people that I've worked with the past couple of years and done deals with for like sponsors and partnerships and things, they just asked me here like a month ago if there was anything that I ever wanted to do, like a product or just some kind of merch or anything. I was like, yeah, easy, energy drink. I was like, I've always wanted to do it. Here's what I want to do. Yada, yada, yada. This is how I want to market it. I was like, I already have all these connections with so many people in like the gaming world, like comedy world, military, gun stuff, extreme sports.
Whoa, let's watch it on the gun stuff, okay?
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
start.
Whoa,
Z-Man-
this isn't. I am sick of it.
It's a new thing that going on with Z-Man. He absolutely hates guns, but
Okay.
won't stop talking about them.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. I've met people like that before. But yeah, I have all these like cool friends, that, like I would want to work with and sponsor some of them, and I was like, and
Whoa,
just,
us.
it'd be-
Whoa, hey,
whoa,
it'd be
whoa,
fun.
whoa, yeah.
Whoa, us.
Yeah, we're looking for the sponsor.
Right? Like, and there's just like so many, like Red Bull and Monster are so big that they don't really have to do much anymore. So I was like,
Yeah,
I could
sure.
there's just so much fun
Except
marketing
for
I could do.
wait, so like Red Bull has like the forklift driving championship and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they do like such
would
crazy
you
stuff.
you ever would that be something down the line? Like, is that
I want to
what
sponsor
you're
a
looking
kid
at?
at a spelling bee. I think
Dude,
that would be
yeah.
fun. I would like to sponsor children at spelling bees and be there hyping them up, have them
No,
decked
sponsor.
out.
No. What you do is you sponsor a kid that sucks and a kid that's really good, and say, "We tested our energy drink.
Yeah, yeah,
We gave our energy drink to this kid, and he does so good.
yeah.
And then we gave this kid a fucking bullshit terrible Red
Yeah.
Bull / Prime
Yeah.
fucking / whatever.
And he just shit
And it
himself. He couldn't
sucked.
even spell. He just shit on himself when he got up there. We gave
Yeah,
him too
dude.
much caffeine, actually.
Wait, oops, we accidentally gave him
killed
just
him.
pills.
We mixed all the other ones together and gave it to him, and he just died. The other kid learned how to spell. But yeah, I want to do fun stuff like that, like a pie eating contest. I want to sponsor somebody that's just a competitive eater. I want to be there and have an event for it, just fun stuff like that. I'll do the real stuff, like the motorsports stuff and whatever eventually down the line. But I think it'd be fun to do fun sponsorships of stuff like that, like small niche competitive sports.
You gotta do bull riding stuff.
Yeah, that
Sponsor
a lot
that.
of bull
That's
riders are
awesome.
sponsored by Monster now. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Caleb, I have a question for you.
Okay.
I'm just one man, right?
Sure.
I'm just one guy
One Z-Man
and one Z-man. Yeah,
Mhm.
good dude. Rock on. Oh yeah.
for the video.
Now, for me, naturally I've always wanted a career in something creative. I got an engineering degree. Not happy with that. So,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
and I've always wanted a job or something in something creative. And you talk about writing for people. Is this writing stuff that you do like remote? Like, do you typically do like what when you say that you write skits and stuff for whatever what's the big guy again? Travis
Pastrana. Yeah.
Pastrana?
Yeah.
Travis Barkley?
Pastrana.
So he writes for Travis Barkley.
That's not even a person. Like
Charles Barkley, is it?
Charles Barkley,
Yeah.
Travis Barkley.
Yeah.
The drummer
Barker,
for,
that's the one,
drummer
yeah.
for Blink-182.
Yeah, I don't know sports either. So I was what my question, I guess, is could I potentially get an unpaid internship with you, just kind of like on the side with you, maybe writing a little bit, maybe shooting the shit, talking about a couple of ideas, spitting back and forth, and then maybe start to build my comedy resume.
I mean, it's very possible. I guess we'll see how much your opinion on me has changed by the end of this podcast.
No, it depends on if you let me.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
right now we're at a catch
we're like
22.
at a draw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting crossroads here.
Mexican standoff.
Yeah, because I mean, it truly has always been my dream, and obviously me and Jake started this podcast like as a joke. I told you a long time ago that I was starting a podcast as a joke, and then you shit on me for it, and that's why this is we hate you and you're a bastard.
I don't remember it going like that at all.
No, it went like that, and
so.
I'll put the
I could probably pull the
screenshots.
messages up
Guys,
really
pull up
quick.
the screenshots.
Well, how about
What's his name, Jarvis?
Z-Man, you tell your side of the story, and Caleb W, you tell your side of the story, and then we'll decide.
Okay.
Okay, so I get to go first.
Sure. Yeah.
No, you go second.
I go second. All right, Caleb, you say your side first then.
Yes, I remember you first brought it up, and you're like, so, I'm going to be starting this secret podcast. It's going to be very secret. But eventually, somewhere down the road, I'd like to have you on that podcast if you would be so interested in it. And I felt tears like welling up in my eyes, like of joy that you would ever even consider someone like me for such a thing. And, through the tears, my phone was covered in them, soaked. I typed out, yes, it would be an absolute honor to be on your podcast. I admire you. I admire your work and your brain. So just being able to share a few moments of chat with you would just, really fill my heart. So that's how it went for me.
Wow, what a load of crap. Go
The way
ahead.
that I remember.
So basically, I told Caleb. I said, "Hey, I'm just so awkward and so nervous. DMing you. I love your work, and I just want to let you know that I'm starting a podcast, but I want to keep it a secret because I'm too insecure, and I don't want to release it yet because I don't know if people are even gonna like me. I don't know if people like me at all."
Okay.
And then he said, "Fuck you, bastard," blocked me.
Whoa.
And then I was like, "What the whoa." And then about 2 weeks ago, Caleb unblocked me, and I only know he unblocked me because he DM'd me, and he said, "Zach, I don't know what you did to my reputation, but nobody likes me anymore." Nobody likes me anymore, and please let me come on your podcast and tell you. Let me say sorry
Clear it
to you,
up.
to your face, and let me redeem myself. So that's what happened from my perspective.
That's this is like a dream that I think you may have had, like a nightmare.
All right, jury,
Jury.
what do
all
you
right,
think? Crowd?
Crowd.
If you believe Caleb's story, give it on up.
I think they must be
might
at the
not have heard
bathroom.
me. I don't think they heard me.
They must have
I
all
think
gone
they're all
to
at
the
the
bathroom.
bathroom.
All right, and if you believe Z-Man's story, give it up. A modest applause. Okay. I think we have a winner.
I can't hear anything, so it sounds like you guys might just be lying.
That's because we have you in the dungeon right now.
All right, I'll announce the winner. Okay, so there's no more suspense. All right, no more suspense.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before I do that, shit, never mind. I went to I went to the store and bought some things for the podcast, and I stopped at home first, and one of the things I bought were batteries for my own home.
Double D's.
Yeah.
Two
squared.
D's, yeah. So I bought those, and then I also bought the Mr. Beast cookies, and then I also bought Monster hard Monster drink.
Nice.
Which was disgusting because Monster's a terrible energy drink compared to
What
possibly yours
Caleb
is.
Yeah,
Francis has
true.
in the pipeline.
That could be sponsoring our podcast,
That
which
could,
is
yeah.
probably like a
Which
great.
we love. Caleb, what is it called? Don't tell us. What is it called, Push and Haley? What
his
is it
energy
called?
drink.
It's called the
Truck fuel.
truck fuel. Okay, that's lame, but I get it. Now, what else could it be? It's Caleb
Diesel.
W
Diesel
Caleb
W
Dub,
Francis.
like
Caleb
the W,
Diesel.
but it's just
Caleb
Dub.
Diesel Francis.
All right, what is it?
Like, so he's got the W. But
Sure.
It's just Dub. It's
Dub.
Dub season.
Yeah.
Dub.
Okay.
All right. So, but what if it's?
What if he doesn't actually like surround himself with his middle name like we think he does?
No, he does.
What if he just put it in there because Caleb Simpson wasn't, or Caleb
What?
Caleb
All right,
W.
fine.
Simpson?
It's time to bring it up.
Caleb W. Simpson. Do you know that guy?
I don't think
Caleb
so.
W.
I don't think so.
He's the. How much do you pay for rent in New York? Can I tour your apartment? That's who that guy is.
Oh, okay.
Caleb W. Simpson.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go on a whole tangent where I accidentally spoiled it there. I accidentally called you Caleb's. But I was gonna go on a whole tangent where I was like, "Hey, what's it like interviewing people in New York about their apartments? Because your names are so similar, and I also have to hate you for the podcast,
Okay.
so I don't know you. Therefore I don't know you or respect you.
Okay.
So I was gonna call you Caleb W. Simpson."
Okay. Okay.
But I forgot until now, and then I just messed up.
Okay. It would
Okay.
have been a miss because I wouldn't have got the reference.
Well, it's good
So
that
you
No,
had
it
to
would have been a hit
explain
for
it?
all of us.
It's
So it would have been a hit for us and
Okay.
not for you.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that's a win in our book.
so I think
But-
I
like
think
a
both
personal
sides win this way, because we get the satisfaction of knowing that we would have won, and you get the satisfaction of not being got.
Yeah.
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 So-
Just being confused.
So that's what we call a double W.
A
Okay.
double
Double
Caleb
dub.
W.
Yeah.
A
A
double Caleb W.
W.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna coin that phrase actually. A double
We're
Caleb
gonna
W.
name our energy drink that
Okay.
when
Caleb, a lot of our podcast has been about hating you. We've been doing this for a year now, so
Okay.
you have to imagine that when something like a double Caleb W comes up,
Yeah.
it's kind of a
This
big
is
deal.
It's a
like,
big deal.
this is like if that were on a mousetrap and I were a little mouse. I'm a little mouse, and on the mousetrap is, and I know it's a mousetrap, but
Yeah.
it says double Caleb W on it.
Yeah.
I'm getting splatted every time.
Yeah.
You know,
Word,
like I'm
yeah.
reaching for that. I don't care what the risks are.
Hey,
This
It's
is our
mouth
Super
first.
Bowl, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mouth first.
First for that cheese.
All right. What were we even talking about? Oh, you. Yeah. All right. What's
I
the next
messed
question?
up.
Go ahead.
Let's see. What is the ratio of boys who DM you to girls who DM you?
That's a good question. Twitter. If we go Twitter, it's 98% men, at least. It's and this all started like 2-ish years ago. I just posted like a workout video. It was like just a random video of me. I was like squatting or something, and some like really popular gay man on there shared it, and just was like captioned it as like, "I would love some time with this bear," or something like that. Like, called me a bear and just made like a little sexy joke. And it like he had like a couple 100,000 followers on Twitter, and like his page was intense. Like it was just like full, like just dongs being jacked.
Yeah, and
like,
you stuck around for 2, maybe 3 hours max just
yeah,
to make sure that there was
that
nothing
that's
else
what I was-
there.
like that he was gay. But yeah, he shared that, and then like, dude, just within like the day or two, I gained a few thousand followers, and it was almost all just big hairy gay dudes. And now anytime
Any
like,
hot
and it just
ones?
keeps repeating. Now anytime I like post anything where you can just see me in it at all, it just like trickles like more in. Like they'll share it, and then their followers will see it, and then so, dude, they're shameless in the DMs too, man. It's not like it's very rarely just like, hey, oh, dude, you're cute. Oh, you're so sexy. It's just straight up like a picture is the first thing, and it's them on their knees pulling their ass cheeks apart. Like that's
Wow.
Like, I've got that picture 3 times. Like that's just
That's
what they
dope.
started
Wow.
of them laying sideways or on their knees pulling their
God.
ass cheeks apart. No context, or they don't say anything with it. It's just that picture. Like it was-
That's dope. It's nice to know that there are creeps in the gay community too.
Yeah.
Like it's
No,
not
I
just
think- no, I think
exclusively
that-
straight.
I think that that's like a thing though. I think that it is worse within the gay community because I think it's different like just because of the gender dynamic. I think that there's a different like level of how you feel you need to I think there's a mental thing.
I don't know.
It
dude.
might just be within like gay men.
We
I don't
spent-
know
Yeah.
about lesbians. I don't think this is the.
Well, I mean, with
It's just a
lesbians,
man
I feel
thing.
like it's
we all know it's just
yeah, it's a man thing.
Yeah,
Men are
'cause
like
men are
that, you know,
horny.
in general. So then when it's a man going after a
I'm-
man, they just really get gnarly.
They're like, yeah, this guy will do it to me eventually, so
I'm
it's
fucking-
chill.
Yeah.
I'm shafted right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I
Word?
mean? Like I'm full. What is it called? Full what?
Full tilt.
Full. No, it's not tilt. It's like what is it when a flag's all the way up in the air?
Full mast.
Full mast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's-
right now.
No, right now because I'm just a guy. I can't help it.
I get it, dude.
Yeah.
I just jizzed. So
We're just boys.
So
We're
I'm
just
about-
all
I'm
boys
coming
who are
down to
jizzing
half
right
mast
now.
right now.
yeah, dude,
Dude,
well,
it
I stay
happens.
hard.
Yeah.
I stay hard thanks to Blue Chew.
Yeah, Blue
our,
Chew.
One of
Yeah.
our mild sponsors. Use our code Z-Man in the push.
Use our code McDonald's.
Use our code Z-Man in the push. Can't get hard dicks anymore.
Okay.
But
Ever
Jake
since-
Push wouldn't know because he hasn't had sex in over a year.
All right,
and
throw
get-
yourself under the bus.
and get 20% off your next order.
Okay.
Haley, what's up?
I was just on that note. I was gonna say it's really funny, Caleb, that you have all those people DMing you because I feel like Zach has had the same, not to that extent.
No, yeah, when I was like regularly like blowing up on TikTok, a lot of people just assumed I was gay, especially at the time where I had my blonde hair and I dyed my nails or painted my nails, dyed my hair, painted my nails, and then I had my septum ring in. A lot of people just assumed I was gay, and I had that, but I was cool with it. I liked it. I kind of liked that people thought I was cool and thought I was handsome. I kind of took it as like a nice little compliment.
Sure.
Dude, around the same time, like when what you're talking about, I assume, I started getting a strange influx of gay followers who only followed you as well. And I was
Very
really
strange.
confused for a second, and then I was like, oh, okay, they think he's gay.
I even had a friend. No, I had a person that I don't want to use the word friend, but I had a person that I knew in real life that swiped up on one of my Snapchat stories that included Zach shirtless, hitting on Zach, and I was like, wow, okay,
Wow.
thanks. That's and he
Nice.
was like, yeah, which is funny because that's the second time that's happened where someone else I know hits on the person I'm dating by swiping up.
What?
Phone.
What?
Phone. I'm gonna do a time check here,
I'm
just so
gonna-
we know where we're at.
I'm gonna do
This is a
piss
classic
break.
segment on Z-Man and the Push. Who's ready for the math hour? we're sitting at approximately 1350 beats.
This is also the merging of a classic segment where I go to the restroom.
Yeah, that's
That's normally my segment.
although arguably that's unprofessional as a host, maybe even a co-host. You'd say some might say that Z-Man is the host and he's the star of the show. That's some, not me. I wouldn't say that. 1300. Oh yeah, we're back to 97.94. We're cruising actually. Damn. Sorry about that, Caleb. You don't know. You've never listened to this podcast, so you don't know what. So now that you know about the podcast, do you think you're gonna do any looking into it to see what was said, what it's like, anything like that?
What, on more episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I very rarely listen to
Wow,
podcasts,
that
but
was-
anytime I'm doing like a like somewhere that I gotta drive for a while, I always try to check out my friends' podcasts. Like I've got like a few friends that do them now, so yeah, like that'd be too easy.
Now, when you went to Florida, did you drive or did you get flown there by Black Rifle?
Yeah, they flew us there because it was just like we just needed to go for the day. So we flew in that day, got there at like 9 p.m. Woke up the next day, got to her house at like 10, filmed for like 5 hours. We were there. And then my flight back, dude, was like 4 a.m. So I had to like wake up at 3 a.m.
4 a.m.?
Yeah, it was awful. So we like didn't get to really hang out much that night. Had to go back to the hotel. Went to bed at like 8. Woke up at 3 and headed to the airport and got back home by like 9 a.m.
Damn, dude. So you live in Texas now.
Yeah.
You're from what, Virginia or West Virginia?
West Virginia, yeah.
West Virginia, okay.
Yeah.
So we're from Ohio.
Okay.
No.
No.
Not Haley.
Oh, okay.
Haley's from Georgia.
Okay.
I'm from all over, bro.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up,
Ohio.
dumbass. So Texas, I hear a lot of good things about Texas, especially in terms of. So, are you outside of what major city are you outside of?
San Antonio. It's like 20 minutes away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you land there? Because I hear I guess because I've asked you before about if you're interested in like stand up or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're not, right? That's not your
it's
thing.
It's not really anything I've been super interested in. I've always kept I've got a whole like note section that's just content that I was like, yeah, if I do stand up, that would be funny for stand up.
Yeah.
So I've probably got like a fucking 30-minute set worth of content right now that I think is like genuinely funny. Like out of the content that's on there, like if I were to do it all, it'd probably be like 45, 50 minutes, but 30 minutes of stuff that I think is genuinely funny. It's the majority of it is just like personal stories, and some of it's like, stuff that I've like obviously exaggerated. But
yeah, duh.
yeah, I think a lot of people there, especially whenever one of my characters, whenever I was like first taken off here, like a few years back, my character making fun of like a typical dad from West Virginia. Just like, redneck guy. Whenever that character was like really blowing up on Facebook, I had like a lot of companies asking if I wanted to do a tour for like stand up, and I was like, not really. And then they ended up doing it with like a bunch of other dudes that were kind of doing similar content. But I've always kept stuff to the side in case I ever wanted to do it. And there are a few places here in San Antonio, like the Laugh Factory and stuff like that, that have like offered me to come and do some sets. I'm sure I'll eventually do it. I just it's not really been anything that I've been super interested in. I prefer the skit stuff, I think, the most, because then I can just be like
there's I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think so. For me, obviously, it's just been skit shit with my friends, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think I do want to get into comedy, or into stand-up comedy, just for like number one, we've already discussed it. I don't what's my outlet anymore, blah blah blah. But like I think I like the idea of stand-up comedy in terms of just being a better performer, period.
Yeah.
Like, and that can translate to anything in the real world. I mean, if you can confidently say jokes in front of a crowd and
be
hope that they
vulnerable.
laugh,
Yeah.
being like incredibly
Oh, yeah.
vulnerable there,
Yeah.
I feel like that translates like hugely in other
That's why
aspects of life, and
comedians get so much pussy, dude.
because they're so good at like talking.
Yeah, and they all talk about how like miserable they are and stuff, but they get mad pussy just
Yeah.
because they know how to talk to people.
I have so I've written only like a minute and a half to 2 minutes. I don't remember how long exactly it is, but of stand up, and it's in an earlier episode of the podcast. So if you ever go back and listen to it,
okay.
let me know what you
Nice.
think. But it's at the beginning of an episode, so you know, I mean, you know, whatever. I mean, but like I'm interested in it, and I always think about Texas because I know like Joe Rogan and like Tony Hinchcliffe and like big names in comedy have moved to Austin.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the other? Tom Segura is in
Bert.
Austin.
Yeah, Tom Burt.
And
yeah.
so like I always think about Texas, and I think about like, damn, it sucks that I bought a house that I have to stay in for like 5 years, for at least.
Dude,
now. Because I don't know, I'm not fulfilled at my job, and I wanna do something creative, but I feel stuck.
Yeah.
Stuck, I guess.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah.
like perfectly normal. I think plenty, like literally, the majority of people do that. So, I think, if at all, at least find a way that you can continue doing your skit stuff. Find some kind of time that you can, you know, have that creative mindfulness and just like chill
Yeah,
out,
man.
like let yourself do those things until you are able to get to somewhere that you want to do stand up.
Yeah, Z-Man, what was your New Year's resolution this
I
year?
wanted to do a video a week. Do you know how many I've done this year?
like 3.
3.
The problem is Zach heavily relies, obviously, on the rest of us.
Yeah, because I don't do skits
make-
like you, Caleb,
but-
where like you play all the
do,
characters.
yeah.
Like I heavily rely on directing my friends.
Zach also relies on us, like, building the skit or story, and it's just, I don't know. I used to love making like videos, obviously, but I don't know, since like getting out of college and being like working, it's just no energy, and I have like no creativity because all my brain power is used at work, and then I come home and I'm like washing on the couch.
Yeah, no, that's around 2015. I was, because I've got 6 years of college myself. I was in school for physical therapy. I was working part time, so pretty much anytime I wasn't at school, I was at work. I was trying to like, work out and do things like that, and then I was also trying to do the comedy stuff, but like my job sucked. I had already switched majors twice because like it's just I never wanted to do any of it. Like I went to school for criminology for 2 years, and it's interesting, it's cool. It's like nothing I really wanted to do as a career. Like I wasn't super passionate about it. Then I was doing forestry for a while. I was like, yeah, like I love being out in nature, doing something like forest ranger, thing like that. That'd be great. Still not super passionate about it as a job. I don't want to make something that I like love as like a relaxing time to be turned into work. So switched that, went to physical therapy. I'm ready for the physical therapy program, and right as I was getting ready to sign up for the next semester to start the program was when my videos started taking off on Facebook. And I literally, that character was based on dudes that came into work every day. It was like based on these ultra redneck guys that would come into work, the same guys every single day, to buy car parts because they run like a car garage just out of their backyard. So they would like come in there and like buy the same parts, or like buy the wrong things. They'd say the goofiest shit when they come up there. Half the time you could barely understand them. They'd be like chewing tobacco, just like spilling out of their mouth, like dripping off their beard all the time. Like just like fake characters as real people. And like that's like what inspired that character, the West Virginia Dad character. And those were my first videos that blew up and went viral. And then I started just like, because I've been making videos since I was 12. Me and my friends always made videos together. We had like an old YouTube channel, and as we got older and went to college and everything, I just kind of kept making them myself. and then
can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
Do you have that old school YouTube that you posted videos on?
Yeah, it's Glen Fork.
Glen Fork.
Like if you just type in like Glen Fork on YouTube, like Caleb Francis Glen Fork, something like that, it should bring up the old YouTube page.
Glenn, Glenn or N?
Yeah, Glen Fork.
Oh, okay, just one N.
But yeah, we did like, that's when Man vs. Wild was really popular, like all the Survivor Man shows, and we had like a character called Barracuda Storm, and that was like a video that was like popular in our town and like my school, and like the teachers always loved it, and it was just us making fun of like survival shows, and we had like a few really weird ones. But yeah, like that, we were always passionate, we always loved it, and I still make some with my friends every now and then when they're around. But I just kind of kept doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Myself,
If you, if I could interject here, I was gonna ask if you still keep up with your friends from back then.
Oh yeah. I play games with them pretty much every night. That's like the way we stay connected. That's who like I stream video games with and hang out with. I actually just had them. They came down a couple weeks ago and were here for 12 days, and we just like hung out, filmed a few goofy videos. I showed them around town. We went cowboy shopping and all. We all bought like cowboy boots and cowboy hats, and we're just like going to town like dressed like cowboys and going to eating and like making drinks and stuff. We went hiking in Big Bend for a couple days, and it was awesome, man. It was a really good time. But that's the thing I usually do with them these days. That's how we kind of like reconnect, is every year we get together and go on like a hiking trip. Like we'll drive, usually we end up driving like the whole fucking country. We'll be gone for like 2 weeks, and we just do a huge like on the like wherever part of the country we want to go to.
God damn, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
dude,
that's
I think
so awesome.
I think I love this guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to fucking hate him.
I can't slander
I've been trying to
dude.
hate him for so long, this whole time. I've been slandering him for a year, and every time I do it, I feel like I've had to like pinch myself while I'm doing it. You know how like if there's a pain somewhere else, you pinch yourself so that the pain goes to the pinch.
Yeah, of course.
I do that every time I say fuck that guy.
Dude, I've just been blindly saying fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Like he did something to my mother this whole time.
I mean,
No, shut the fuck up, bro.
Shut the
no,
fuck up.
I've said it like one out of
episodes.
every 10, like
Dude,
one out of every
5
10
straight
times.
episodes where
Haley's a pussy, okay? She was always like, fuck that guy. I don't want to say it. I can't say it.
We say it literally.
I don't know. He's nice. He's my mutual. I don't know.
We literally
It's like,
say
grow
it
the
every
fuck up and
episode.
just fucking say it.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
There was a time though for a few
This is the
episodes that I was
official-
tired of them getting mad at me, so I did say it. I was like, fine then, I'll give in. I'll just start saying it. Who cares? And then I was like, no, I'm gonna backtrack. Not gonna say it.
You know what? You want to know what
Backsliding
I'll
is
bet.
worse.
I'll put $5 on the table.
What?
I'm opening my wallet, pulling out a crisp $5 bill,
You're not doing
Let me
anything.
check.
I
slapping
don't
it
see
on.
anything.
This is improv.
I can't.
That's
Popping it. It's a real $5 bill.
Line in the middle.
And I think that Caleb, his opinion on both of us right now, knowing that you haven't said it and me having said it several times, isn't changing, period. I think that if I'm putting $5 on the table, that he still feels the
It
same way.
doesn't matter to me. I don't care.
Some people
my
have
morals.
Oh, dude. Speaking of morals, I want to talk about this because this happened yesterday, and it was probably one of the worst moments of my life. Because so little background: I used to have a stealing problem in college, where I would just go to parties and steal shit.
Okay.
That I can attest to that.
Okay.
And we had this mask in college that was it was hanging up on somebody's wall, and we stole it and we hung it up in our dorm. It was a really fucking cool mask. I feel really bad, dude. Whenever we stole it.
This one time, Caleb W. Me and my friend Brad went to a party with our other friend Noah, who is a little background for you, is the only one of our friends who doesn't know about this podcast.
Yeah, we.
And that's
we've been
why it's a
holding it from
secret.
him.
That's pretty much why it's a secret.
Okay.
Well,
But-
also, I haven't released it like on social media at
No,
all. Like,
no,
it's
no.
only like if I trust you and you're my friend. Like,
It's only-
listen to this, give me feedback.
It's only a secret because of Noah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of the April Fool's Day prank we were playing on Noah. Anyways, we went to one of his. He was on the dodgeball like club team or whatever. So we went to one of their houses, and they had a shower curtain that had the logo of all the bars in Athens, and I was like, dude, I gotta have that.
Ohio University is in Athens.
Yeah.
We went to Ohio University, so that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure you know. You're from West Virginia.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah. I
about
know it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I had to have it, and this was when I still was stealing stuff like a madman. And so my buddy had brought beer in a bag, like a drawstring duffel bag, and I was like, dude, give me your bag. I'm going to go in there, guard the door. If anybody asks, I'm taking a shit. And I took the fucking shower curtain off the rings and all that, and it took like a while because those things are fucking annoying. And I finally got it all folded up into a bag, and I was like, I want to stay at this party, but I can't stay at this party with the party's shower curtain in my bag, so I gotta get rid of this. So I ran down the road and stuck it in a tree that was about 8 feet tall. And sure enough, I left the party a couple hours later, and it was still there. And I brought it back to our dorm at the time, and then we used it both years in the house we lived, junior and senior year.
Okay.
What did this have to
Oh,
do
yeah.
with anything that we were talking about?
What were we talking about?
Morals.
Morals?
Oh, so now I don't steal anything anymore.
Oh, that's good.
But I was at Walmart.
Oh, that's good. Yep.
I was at Walmart yesterday, and my job consists of me being at Walmart, and
Okay.
so I needed to get alcohol because I knew I was gonna hang out with the Z-Man, and so I bought some Monster, hard Monster, whatever. Anyways, I also had to buy headphones for this podcast, and so I checked out in the back, like with the electronics, and she scanned my alcohol, but she didn't realize that it was alcohol because it was Monster. And when it came up, like, you need to have an ID to buy it, she was like, wait, you don't need to have an ID to buy energy drinks. That's weird, and just clicked out of it. But I guess it didn't scan the actual price of the alcohol. So when I was all done, she was like, oh, you're good. And I was like, okay. And she's like, wait, it didn't scan the alcohol. And I was like, oh, that's weird. She's like, I got to get a manager to overwrite this. And the manager was taking forever, and I kind of had to get out of there. And she was like, I guess in the electronics department, they don't actually work there. She's like, we don't actually work here, so there's nothing we can really do if you, like, take that. And I was like, I'm not going to take it. Like, I'll wait for the guy. And then I ended up waiting for, like, 15 minutes, and he never came. And so I was just sitting there, and she was like, why don't you just leave, and we'll figure it out. And I was like, okay. And then I left, and I looked at my receipt, and it didn't have the Monster thing on it, and I was like freaking out because I didn't pay for it. And she was like, oh, it's fine. I was like, no, it's not fine. But it was fine, so I didn't pay for that Monster yesterday at all.
That rules.
Yeah, that,
I mean,
that just
does it
worked
rule,
out.
dude?
No,
I
because
still
you
feel bad
tried. No,
about it.
because you tried.
Yeah.
I still feel bad about it, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
I feel guilty. That's my thing. I was stealing from parties, bro. I wasn't stealing from businesses. I never stole
yeah, I
anything
was stealing
that had
people's actual property, not from a corporation. Now that I'm stealing from a corporation, I feel bad about it.
I stole a skateboard once. That was crazy. How did I even get away with that? I didn't get the one thing I got caught stealing was a John Cena action figure.
Yeah, that was the worst.
That was the dumbest one. I fumbled the bag so hard. I commented to the house owner about how much I liked the John Cena action figure, and then
he put it in his waistband.
Oh my god!
Well, and then when he noticed it was gone, he was like, "Yeah, that guy definitely stole it." And then he approached me, and I was like,
Bruh.
"Shit." Yeah, I was like, "Bruh."
That's embarrassing.
And then that's when I realized I have to clean up my act. And then I went to the party and stole that shower curtain a couple weeks later. And then I didn't stop stealing stuff till like I graduated college. So
Yeah.
I stole a Nerf gun once. I was sick.
God, man. So, Caleb.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on our podcast. I know it's been well over an hour now, and I don't want. I know you're busy, and everything's busy, whatever.
Sure.
Thank you for being on our podcast today.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
We do have one last question.
Yeah, we actually do have one last question for you.
What do you think about us?
Yeah, there we go.
I like you. This is the whole reason I came on. I like you guys.
All right. Well, do you like me in theory? No, because let's think about it. There was a theory of it because you saw what I posted on the internet and you followed me back, and naturally you were like, "This guy seems okay." Now, but now that you've been talking to us and you've seen me here talking. And then you see my friend Jake, and you see my girlfriend Haley, who you also have followed.
Yeah.
Now that you've talked to us, Haley, you've been very quiet. Go ahead and say something.
I didn't want to interrupt.
So you've seen us
Okay,
and you've
come on.
talked to us now, and you've what do you think about us?
Yeah, I think I still feel the same. I feel like it's pretty much what I expected. I feel like it's very what you guys portray through your videos. I feel like it's the same people.
Except for the fact that I made a joke about a Hitler costume, right? Because
Sure.
like typically when I make a video, I try to make it very tame,
Yeah.
very
Sure.
like,
Your content's pretty safe. This is a little
Yeah.
rough around
These
the edges.
podcasts
You're
gets
able
a little
to be
rough around the
more edgy and on a podcast. But yeah, I think all in all, still the same. Still feel the same. I like you guys. I think you're funny. So this was a good time.
Well, thank you, Caleb. How about we turn to the audience real fast and let's see what they feel about Caleb W. Francis.
I got a good feeling about this
What
one.
did you guys think about Caleb W. Francis at the beginning of this episode?
Me too, guys. Me
Yeah,
too.
us too. All of us. We all thought that at the beginning of this episode. Now, what do you think about Caleb W. Francis now? Wow.
Okay.
We're getting a roaring applause. Standing ovation, actually, from these
Okay.
people.
You know what?
You know what? Oh, he's
Oh, wow.
standing. He's fucking
Blessed.
standing. Holy shit. You know what? I'll stand.
Oh, wow.
I'll stand. Hey, Haley, do you want to... Wait, hold on. The crowd's still clapping. You want to stand? You want to stand and clap it up
kind.
for Caleb W.
Good
Francis?
time. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. What an
What-
episode we had here
What an
today,
amazing
ladies and
redemption
gentlemen.
episode. I don't think there was a single thing that Caleb W. Francis said that we could possibly use against him.
Absolutely not.
I hope not.
I had a goal, Caleb.
Yeah.
Can I be honest
Yeah.
with you? I was hoping that you were going to incriminate yourself.
yeah, this
we
realistically,
were
this
gonna
was not
use
a
it against
redemption
you at the
episode.
end.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Okay, well, let me ask you that question. What do you think about me now? Now that we've spoke,
I love you. I want to be you.
What do you think
You're
about me?
doing
compared to
everything-
my persona online.
You're well, so compared to your persona online, you guys kind of talk the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
kinda have
guys,
the
you
same-
kind of look the same
I
too.
really put a show on when I talk. It's just
Yeah. No, I think that it does feel like I'm still talking to that persona just because your persona's never really evil.
Yeah.
You've never and from what I've seen the characters you play, you've never played like a bad guy per se. Which I think I can relate to. You kind of
Yeah.
you can play characters better that you can sort of relate to. So
Yeah.
like for me, I always play like the soft little guy, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think I see that in you as well. And I think that you're just, in general, I'm sorry, I hate to say it, folks, a good guy.
Yeah, you know what? From my perspective, Caleb W., I wasn't familiar with your work prior to this weekend. I watched a couple of your compilations you posted on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I watched a couple of those last night.
Got you some ad money?
Yep,
Yeah.
Definitely. I watched a couple of those, and I was just like, he seems like one of those good old boys from West Virginia.
Okay.
We run into a lot of those at OU down in Athens, just from like the neighboring area.
Yeah.
And I just assumed you were kind of like that, but you know what? You're just a regular cool guy, in my opinion.
That's
and
great.
I don't think I can slander him anymore.
I think he's super regular.
Yeah,
But when in the terms of super, meaning above.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
like
no,
super
I get you.
above.
I get
you know
where
what I
you're
mean?
coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Haley, what do you think about Caleb W. now that you've talked to him? Haley didn't even want to be on this episode. She was scared of it.
Yeah.
She was scared because we've been the Caleb W. Francis slander podcast for a year now, and having you on scared her because. So what do you think
like
now?
Confrontation.
What do you think?
I think you're a good guy. I didn't think you were a bad guy before. So I don't know if my opinion has changed. I mean, it still is good standing. So
Good. It's good to hear. Yeah.
you're real. Though earlier I did hear, I was like half asleep, taking a nap almost, and I heard you and Zach on the phone, and I was like, and I like got out of bed and I just stood there in the living room, and I was hearing you talk, and I was like,
He's a real person.
That's
Like
a
in
real
my head,
person
like,
I've
that's a real
been
person.
slandering
Yeah.
on a nationally known podcast.
Yeah, I know. One thing I will say, Caleb,
Yeah.
is I think I'm one of the things I'm thankful for is I had a starstruck moment a long time ago.
Sure.
So now I feel like any like mutual friend I meet on the internet kind of thing, I'm more equipped to treat them like a real person.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm very thankful that I was able to just talk to you like a real person today.
Absolutely.
Real quick,
no,
real
yeah,
quick.
I absolutely get that as well,
Yeah.
because I definitely dealt with that a lot with working with these companies and meeting all these people. And at first I would just feel like I couldn't really talk to them much because I was like, I couldn't relate. They're so popular. So I was just very like, just backwards. But now it's become much easier to talk to people that do
Right.
the things we do, and just popular people in general. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad.
But what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna let you have a little clout moment and tell us about your first time, your starstruck moment.
Oh, so my favorite artist for probably about 5-6 years now, whatever, has it been 5-6 years? Probably 5-6 years.
Yeah, it was about sophomore year
Is
of
Gus
college.
Dapperton, and I met him like not for content or
Yeah.
anything. I met him because my girlfriend at the time wanted to pay for a meet and greet, and I was like, that's whatever, who cares, we'll pay
Yeah.
for a meet and greet. But then I met him and I was like, no, wait, what am I people are just people. Like it was like it was a weird moment where like
Yeah.
because I sat down and I talked to him for like 10-15 minutes,
Yeah.
like literally just me and him talking.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, that was like my moment of realization. Fuck,
Yeah.
we're all just on this planet living. It doesn't matter. I mean, sure, you can be rich, and if somebody's like entitled or whatever, then
Yeah.
fucking fine. Don't talk to them. That they don't mesh with you. I mean, but if people are willing to talk to you, then remember that they're just people and they're willing to talk to you and that kind of thing. And so now me and Gus are like borderline friends, I'd
Oh,
say.
wow. That's great.
Yeah, and that's all thanks to TikTok.
Yeah.
And so TikTok has gotten me. I'm friends with my favorite artist.
Yeah.
I've met so many cool people on TikTok, like you, and then like the other people I've met
Yeah.
that have been in this podcast, and a couple other people, and then I met
And
my
your
girlfriend,
yeah.
who is the love of my life. And
You guys met through TikTok?
We met through
Yeah,
TikTok.
Wow, that's fun.
Well, we were thrown into this Snapchat group chat.
It was just of TikTokers.
Yeah, like the big one that was in our group chat was Ava Falco. I don't know if you've ever seen Ava Falco.
I would probably recognize her if I saw her.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, TikTok's so congested.
Yeah.
You know, I have.
But
wait.
You want to?
Can I speak my piece on
Go
something about
ahead.
that? This is not even really related, but it's just maybe you'll find this funny. So when this group chat was made, it was right before before COVID, right before, and everyone in it was just like a bunch of different people. They're all talking, blah 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 blah, and I would say something, and sometimes people would respond, whatever. But as soon as Ava would pop in that group chat, everyone was like, "OMG, Ava! OMG, OMG!" And it would be like something stupid. Like she wouldn't say any substantial thing. It was just like a little tongue. This one time I was volunteering at a local like animal rehabilitation zoo type place, and I was painting the inside of the bear habitat.
Wow.
It was like the black bear habitat, and I was painting the inside, and the only thing between me and the bears was like this little chain link fence. And I was like petting the bear through the fence because it was just like sitting there.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is nuts. And I took a video of it, and it's a bear. A whole fucking bear.
Do you have the video?
I probably saved
I
like
want to see it.
I'll
That's so
find it
dope.
later. But
That's so
yeah,
dope.
so I sent that, and no one said anything, but pretty shortly after, Ava was like, what color I'm gonna dye this part of my hair blue. My bangs. And then everyone responded to her, and I was so angry. I almost left that group chat. Almost left it. I was so mad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my piece.
Yeah, it was like.
But anyways,
that
they
was-
met on TikTok.
No, because it was. I don't know if you've ever related to this, in your like career of content creation, but it was like, for me personally, you know, I was thrown into that group chat because somebody in the group chat, like, quote unquote, found me, I guess, when I was at like 8 or 10,000 followers on TikTok, and
You got recruited.
I got recruited. Yeah. No, but it was like they threw me in, and it was like, to me, it was the grossest thing in the world. It almost made me like hate content creation just because of how people view themselves when they are a content creator. Just the egos.
Yes,
that's surrounding
I deal with that all the time, dude. Like that's one of my biggest struggles for making YouTube content is I hate almost every YouTube person I've met. Like,
Oh, really?
Have you met Markiplier?
I've got who?
Markiplier?
Oh no, I've not met him.
Darn it.
But I've got like a lot of friends down here that actually like them and they do YouTube. But like, there's been a lot of times that we've had guests come out and that's their main thing, and they suck. They suck so bad as like a human. They're just like the worst people, and like there's like no like connection with them at all. Like you can't talk to them about anything. And it's just like, it's almost drove me away from wanting to make YouTube content. Because I was just like, man, I was like, these guys suck. Especially the really, like, most of the really popular ones. I was like, that's the only thing they give a fuck about is making a bunch of money. I was like, and their personalities are awful. So I've definitely dealt with that before. I had a similar thing as well. I was in a TikTok group for a long time. Hated most of the people in that group. They were so fucking full of themselves. Like, TikTok's still my biggest following. I don't give a shit about TikTok. Like, literally, it's not done shit for me the last 2 years. They
block half of your videos, don't they?
all the time. Yeah, like just out of nowhere. Like for saying like fart or weenie, like I'll get in trouble and be like banned on there for like a week. Like a video will get like 100 views, and I'm like, what? But like I'm always in trouble the last couple years. But so it's done nothing for me then. Great initially, really helped, bring people to my other pages. But that's the only thing I've gotten out of it is bringing people to other pages that like matter. YouTube or Instagram, TikTok now, I'll post every now and then a video will do good. Great, good fun, whatever. But like it doesn't matter. Like for me, it doesn't do anything for me anymore because like it seems like the traffic doesn't translate. because I like
Yeah.
it just never
I've
does
always
well continuously. Like I'll do one video and it'll do great, and then like 10 videos in a row will be like just awful, but they'll do great everywhere else. So
I've always thought that about. I've always known about that about TikTok. Because like as soon as I started gaining a following on TikTok, a lot of people around me were like, "Dude, you have this many followers on TikTok." But I couldn't explain it to them that about 95% of those followers that I have follow 9,000 people.
Yeah, sure,
And
yeah.
TikTok is not the representative. Like, your follower count on TikTok is a representative of how many videos you've made that have done well.
Yeah.
And like how well those videos have done.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously my videos have never topped. Well, I had one video that hit 200,000, but it was a video I wasn't even proud of. 200,000 likes, I mean.
Yeah.
But the TikTok is such a weird thing where people aren't following people because they care. It's a
it's like
It's a very
instant
strange-
gratification kind of ad. Like
Yeah.
no one really like supports you on TikTok
Yeah.
unless you're like these people who go live every day, and like that's like
Yeah,
their,
those
one of their
freaks.
main things is being live on TikTok, and like where they actually connect with their audience. Having a big following on TikTok like almost means nothing, because like those people don't give a shit about you. They just like, oh, this I saw 1 or 2 videos from this guy that like I laughed a little bit. Follow, like, but like I could care less if I ever see this guy again. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
dude,
I mean, you know,
yeah,
obviously, but
It's like it's the accessibility. Like
Yeah.
you watch so many videos and the follow button is right there,
Yeah.
and if you think one video is funny, like why not?
yeah, sure.
So
Oh,
you end up following 9,000. Like on YouTube, you don't do that because you watch like 5 or 6 videos at a time,
Yeah.
and maybe you'll subscribe, but like you're not watching for the channel. You're watching for the video, so
Yeah.
you're not really subscribing to YouTube pages like that. But TikTok, you're just like,
Sure.
I watch all these videos for 1,000 videos for 2 hours at a time throughout the day or whatever. So you're gonna follow fucking all of these people just because you're seeing so many more of them.
yeah,
it is a weird thing. But I won't let's
not harp on it too long.
Let us not
Yeah.
harp on it. How about
How
Caleb?
about we let him go,
Caleb,
man?
thank you again so much. I really do appreciate you being on here. We love you now.
yeah, good.
Everybody give it up for Caleb W. I accidentally played the
yeah, I
from
heard that
the
one.
drum.
That one came through.
Wait, you heard that?
Yeah, that one came
That's
through.
fucking weird. I'm so sick of whatever. Who cares?
So weird.
But everybody give it up for Caleb W.
Yeah,
How about-
I think you've redeemed yourself.
Yeah, you've absolutely. We
God.
are no longer going to be a Caleb W. Francis slander podcast.
We're going after that other guy.
We're
What's
gonna
his
go
name?
after Chris Melberg.
Chris Melberger. Fuck that guy.
No, seriously, thank
Oh, yeah.
you. We're gonna close this out. So that we don't hold you too long
Sure.
here.
Thank you so much for having me.
We typically close out with a song. Now, so you can hear the ukulele, right?
Yeah, I could hear that.
So you can hear.
Yeah.
You hear that plenty, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to at one point turn it to you to sing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So at one point, but you just follow our lead. We'll do our thing.
Okay.
It's all improv.
It's all improv. We improv like most everything
Yeah,
here.
sure.
So how about we just jump right in, folks? Who's
Let's
gonna
get after
start?
it.
Push. You're gonna start.
Let's let Haley start.
Oh, God.
She didn't talk enough this
I
episode.
don't.
No pressure. Take your time. You can intros.
Fuck, wait, God damn it.
All
I
right,
actually
so
can't hear
just
it
what
that
we
now.
usually do.
I can't hear that at all.
You can't hear what at all.
I can't hear that music at all right now. I can hear you smacking it, but I can't hear the music.
That's a
Smacking it.
Yeah.
Haley.
You hear that?
It's just cutting in and out.
Really?
Yeah.
But the voices aren't?
No, the
The
voices,
voices
are
are
fine.
good. That's pretty much all
That
that
might
matters.
be Discord that fucking sucks then.
It's whatever. Like, what did we expect? A lot of times we started off with stuff we talked about throughout the episodes. Maybe something you learned about Caleb W. that you want to talk about. Or maybe something you learned about us that you want to talk about. I don't know. Just go for it.
Okay, fuck me. No, I can't. I can't
Come on,
start
you
anything.
got it.
I just so on the spot. My hands are so sweaty.
You're good. You had something. Say what you were gonna say.
Trying to get back around to it.
It's alright. It's coming back right here.
Hey, Caleb, you're on the podcast. We've had so much fun. It's been a blast, and he loves trucks, and he has some company, maybe making energy drinks. That sounds really lovely. I hope we can have another good time like this. I enjoyed it, and I lost it.
Dude, she was spitting on that shit.
Yeah, she was.
That was awesome. Good job. Good job. Who do you want?
You got it. You got it this
Me?
time.
Okay. We started off with a little slander, then we got the conversations that were candor. I don't know if that's the right word. But I really enjoyed this podcast today. We got to talk about things we like to say.
All right,
Every
yeah,
time
fine.
I do it, I think every time
You stumble.
every song I
So
sing.
we try to pick the brain of this fucking dick.
Alright, cool.
We hated him from the beginning, but we then started get winning. He won our hearts. And sorry, I
Oh, of course, I got it. It's okay.
from the start, we didn't like him because he decided to fight him. Him being me, he decided that he was a tree and I was just a guy without a chainsaw. Couldn't cut him down, but I tried to paysaw.
Yeah, so with the tree metaphor, because and also with Haley not saying fuck that guy all the
Yeah.
time. So okay, so Haley chained herself to the tree, and it really worked out for me because I realized that I thought you were a cool guy, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit, and we sat here and shot the shit, and it was really cool. I was such a fool back then. Back then, I was such a fool. I'm sorry for slandering you. I'm sorry for slandering you. Sorry for slandering you.
Wait, was I the tree? Why am I a tree?
You were tied to the tree.
Why
Listen,
am I tied
please.
to a tree?
You're an activist. You didn't want to cut him down because you believe in his
Cause.
canvas.
Untie me from this tree.
And now we're gonna hear from the tree.
Okay. So at first everybody here seemed to hate me, and that made me a sad little boy. But we all came together, and now I'm not such a bad boy. Everybody seems to like me, and I like you too. And I'm glad that this tree could bloom. And thank God that I can't hear the ukulele at all, cause I can tell that I'm off beat with the way that he's playing it. It's fine now. We'll have the audio for this, and then you can dub it however you see fit. I really appreciate you having me here. Maybe we can do it again this year.
So we are closing out possibly the most talked about episode of our podcast. We've gone for a year, but you don't know when you smile ear to ear. What'd you say?
Sorry for the slander.
Sorry for the slander. I'm a salamander. I breathe through my skin. And when people talk bad words, I take it in. That was
bars for
yeah,
days.
that was bars.
That was
Absolutely.
like Harry Mack.
Yeah, that was good. But we are sorry for that. We apologize. We take it back. From now on, we love Caleb W. And we want to be a friend of ya. And we also hope you sponsor our podcast on one or two or maybe all of you the brands that you are a part of.
The official Caleb W podcast.
Yeah. We are now the official Caleb W podcast.
Yeah, we don't care if you sponsor any of your brands. They can sponsor us. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But we're sponsored by you as a boy.
A
As a
boy.
boy.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
a young boy.
As a young boy, a big boy
Yeah.
with a young boy heart,
Yeah,
I think is
just
what
a
you said
grown
earlier.
boy body, with a little boy heart.
Who loves trucks.
Yeah.
Who loves
Just
trucks.
The heart's so
Can I
full of
give you
love.
something real fast?
Yeah.
You haven't heard this on the old episode, but we had an episode that isn't out yet. My computer's busted. I said, so you know what a lemon car is? It's a car that needs to be repaired all the time.
Okay.
Okay, so the slogan would be, when Ford gives you lemons, you switch to Chevrolet.
Okay.
How do you think about that? Pretty good?
I mean, yeah. you can
Anyway,
give it a try.
thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, like, you were probably like way off beat the whole time because of the sound delay.
Yeah,
when
yeah. I
you
couldn't
were-
hear it at all.
But you were,
Yeah.
but you were right on time
Okay.
in the headphones. Dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
was
sounded
Yeah.
really good.
It was
like you were in
you
the
have a
room with
metronome
us.
in your brain,
Okay,
dude.
yeah, like
It was
I could
magical,
hear it a
dude.
little bit, like when Jake was singing, and I just tried to keep that beat in my head because it was gone the whole time I was
You
trying
were
to sing.
right there,
Yeah.
man. It was awesome. When we
That's
sync
good,
it up,
man.
it's gonna fit.
It's
gonna
so
fit.
well.
You're-
Oh my
you
god,
did well.
dude, that was awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this episode of Z-Man and the Push.
The special video episode.
The special video episode, which I'm literally not fucking uploading this audio episode until I upload the video
to
episode.
Patreon, where you can
To
subscribe.
Patreon, where you can subscribe. Patreon.com/Z-Man and the Push, where we have no patrons because naturally nobody knows
Except
about this.
for 21 Savage on
21
his own
Savage
tier.
and Kanye West,
Kanye
allegedly,
West, allegedly.
who is back, so we're cool with that.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Kanye, for
Thank you so much, Jonah
watching
Hill.
21 Jump Street.
Thank you so much, Jonah Hill. Is he even Jewish?
I don't know, is he? I mean,
I don't
is
know.
he like just
Like
like
he's got curly
culturally
hair.
Yeah, we gotta
Jewish?
wrap this up. I have to pee.
It's okay. You can
Thank you
go,
so
man.
much for joining us on
Thank you,
Z-Man
guys.
and the Push, the official podcast.
The official Caleb W podcast, bro.
Which is also the official Caleb W podcast.
Hell yeah,
We
baby.
love that guy.
We
Yes.
love that guy.
Oh wait,
Thank God.
we got a beat coming in here.
Oh,
Shit.
Coming
Shit,
back
we might-
again.
We
Never
might rap about
ending.
how much we love Caleb W.
Oh shit.
What's going on? Sorry, Caleb, you can't hear this beat, but just know that there's a beat going on right
God.
now.
This is official Caleb W. Francis beat. Beat, 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 beat. Oh, I thought you were going.
All right, I'll go. Used to be a bitch, now we love him. Try to shove him, but we couldn't. He was unwavering, and you know that we shouldn't. He's a good guy, and got a wood in his eye when he got a boner with Corey Chase.
That was awkward.
got a boner with Corey Che.
Let me get in on the beat drop here.
Go ahead.
I gotta lick the microphone. Used to be fuck that guy, now I love that guy. I was feeling really shy, then I started talking more. I was talking more and I realized it wasn't a bore. It was amazing, I was blazing. I went to Raising Cane's and got some chicken tenders. I was on a bender. I drank so much that night, I got into 10 fights.
Got it,
Oh
you got it,
God.
you got it. You got it. You got it.
One
You got
last-
it. You got it.
one
Haley's
last
the
rip.
best rapper.
One last rip.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
You got the new headphones, bro. Come on.
Oop.
You got it, dude. You got it so hard.
Just give me 6 bars max.
Caleb. I have nothing. I have nothing here, and I don't want. Please, I'm so sorry. I'm dropping the ball.
My
can't.
name's Haley.
Oh, I got the chorus to
My
drop.
name's
Oh my
Haley.
God.
I'm a baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a baby. There we go.
Used to be fuck that guy. Now I love that guy.
That's a good chorus.
Used to be fuck
Yeah.
that guy.
that's good, dude.
Now I used to be fuck that guy. Now I just love that guy. Ooh. Used to be
But it has
fuck
to go
that-
higher though. Somebody has
Used
to be higher.
fuck that guy, and now I just love that guy.
Is the beat over? There's no way.
That was
Done. It's done.
Dude, we were spitting
It's
for
all
a minute. I think we're
over.
just
No.
angry.
Thank you everybody for joining us. Caleb, give us a monologue to
Oh my God.
to sign us
Just
out.
one last
Just
ripper, baby.
monologue. Okay. If you're ever not feeling yourself, if you're ever not feeling funny or happy, you just got to look around and you got to realize that it's probably where you're at in your life. You need to move. You need to get out of that situation. You got to do anything you can do to make you feel like yourself, and that's how you'll find yourself. And you can
Amen, brother.
progress in life and just be, the best version of you can be. That's all we're just trying to do. Just be good boys and girls.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Thank you so much, Caleb
Thank
W.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
We
being
had
on
an
our
amazing
podcast.
episode tonight,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
This redemption episode was completed. He redeemed himself, and we had a great time. And we're gonna see you next time, folks.